Hi, I'm Nick Shell. You're watching this video probably because you've seen me perform a song I wrote called These Are the Good Old Days. And if you haven't watched that video of me doing the song, I'm kind of confused why you're watching this first. And what's funny is I've noticed a pattern in which when I make a video after I share one of my songs, the video of me explaining why I wrote the song is often more popular than the song itself. I'm really confused by that. I'm thinking, why would I spend the time to watch a longer video describing a song a guy wrote when I haven't actually listened to the song? I don't know. That's one of the mysteries of life. So I want to talk about what inspired me to write the song These Are the Good Old Days, which was written in the course of a day or two. I finished it a couple weeks ago. Honestly, I had no intentions on recording it tonight. I thought I'd save it for weeks and just really work on it, but I felt the rawness of it was what it was. And so I want to go through the lyrics as I always do in these videos. I want to go through the lyrics and explain why I wrote what I did. So this song, These Are the Good Old Days. My life is halfway over. My life has never been more in focus. I'm turning 39 next month. When you do the math, mathematically, predictably, that's going to put me at the halfway point of the average lifespan of the American male. Not to say that I couldn't live beyond that, and there's no guarantee that I'll even live that long. But in theory, I'm pretty much right there at the halfway point. It's funny because when people talk about a midlife crisis, I think they picture someone in their 50s, but it'd actually be really late 30s or early 40s. So this is me recognizing this, and the whole song is hinged on this opening comment. This song is about me coming to terms with the reality that my life is halfway over. It's not a tragedy in itself to say that. It's not me being fatalistic. It's me being realistic in knowing that when you get to this point in life and you pretty much meet the expectations and goals that you thought you would in life, you've got the rest of your life, the second half, to figure the rest out. And so it does cause you to be more focused on what you're going to do with the rest of your life now that you've got everything kind of figured out to that point. No time machine to take us all back. That's an important line because I've always been a person who's been very nostalgic. I've always been that way. And the older I get, the more I get that reality check to self. It's not like we're going to go back and relive any of this. It's not like I can go to a 1983 museum and walk through it and see memories of my own life or whatever life was like for everybody. It's not going to actually be that way. The only way we can travel back in time is in our minds, sharing memories we have with people that we love and care about and grew up with during that time, or maybe we don't even know them, but either way, it's easier to connect with people that you actually knew during that time. That's the closest thing to a time machine as far as going back. What's happened is stuck in the past. These are the good old days. We're still living in them. That's important. And ultimately, I guess a lot of this was inspired by the final episode of The Office. Andy Bernard had a line that said something like, "It's too bad you can't know that you're living in the good old days while you're still in them." And I thought that is a great inspiration for a song, which ultimately is where I got the title from as well. But before I get to the chorus, I'd say, I won't always be here. You won't always be here. I'm coming to terms with that. I'm coming to terms with when you've lived half your life, you realize, wow, people are going to be dying. People are going to be moving on with the life, moving away. People that I've known in my life, they're not always going to be part of my life. I myself won't always be here. This is, again, me coming to terms with my own mortality. That's what this is. When you're 20 years old, you think you're invincible, and you probably are. I guess I was. I'm still here. But nearly double that age at this point, I'm definitely recognizing I'm definitely not invincible, and I won't always be here. And I feel this heightened responsibility to make the rest of the second half of my life count. Going on to the chorus, so shake a hand, shake a leg, soon we'll all be dead. I guess that's my version of eat, drink, and be merry. But shake a hand, what I'm talking about is meeting people, getting to know people, conversating with people, spending time with the people that you know in real life and meeting new people that you don't know well, but you will. This is also my way of rebelling against social media, because I'm very much against people scrolling on their phones when they could be actually talking with real people and building those relationships. So shake a hand, that's what that's referring to. Shake a leg is talking about dancing, having a good time. So not only knowing people and spending time with them, but having fun, choosing to have fun, and choosing to focus on the positive, choosing to focus on what you can control, not on what you can't. Shake a leg ultimately means dancing, but dancing symbolizes having fun, letting loose. The next line after that, don't want to die, so I'll try to live while I'm alive. So I guess that's an understatement probably for everybody. I don't want to die. Like, who wants to die? Who wants to think about it? And part of the challenge in writing this song was that for me. I don't even want to talk about the fact that we're all going to die. Like, that's uncomfortable. That's almost a bummer in itself. I just talked about being positive and encouraging and having fun. But at the same time, I'm balancing that with, well, we are all going to die soon. Give it a matter of decades, if nothing else. We're not here anymore, and someone's still watching this video on YouTube in the future, but we're all gone. And so it's a matter of recognizing that time is short, and again, making the most of it that we can by enjoying that with time with people that we love. So I say, this is it. These are the good old days. That's what that last part of the chorus is. This is it. These are the good old days. It's a matter of, we'll look back in this time, some part of this time in our life, and thinking, man, those were the good old days. Remember when, and I know it's easy to do that now, about years ago or whatever, but we're going to feel that way about what's going on right now as well. And it's a matter of recognizing that. Moving on to the second verse. You learn to take the good with the bad things. Life is both a comedy and a tragedy. And again, as I'm getting older, the second half of life, I'm recognizing that. I think I was so much more optimistic when I was younger. I had so many goals and so many ambitions, and I've reached them and I've exceeded them, and I'm so grateful for that. But it's a matter of, I also, to get there, have experienced a lot of hard things that I'm probably still dealing with on some level. And that's what happens. The more you live, the more you're disappointed, the more loss you experience, the more failures you experience, but also the more success, and etc. So it's about that balance. Life is a comedy, life is a tragedy. It's both, and it's a matter of recognizing that. It can change from one day to another, or days could be a little bit of both. No way to fast forward or rewind. I was thinking of probably the movie, was it Click with Adam Sandler, where he gets a remote control and starts fast forwarding through all the mundane, boring parts of his life. And then he's older and realizes, wait, I don't even remember the good stuff now. Because a lot of the good stuff is actually hidden in that annoying stuff. So the last part of that is just try to catch up if you get behind. And that's part of the reason I wrote this song too. It's a matter of like evaluating, in my life, what am I missing out on? If I were able to go back in time and relive this day over again, that's a reference to the movie About Time, which my wife and I have seen countless times. But if you could go back and relive a day right after you lived it, knowing what you didn't know before, what would you do? If you could assume that you would know ahead of time, what parts of that day would you savor? Would you appreciate? Which people would you try to make a stronger connection with that maybe before you just ignored that day? What are things proactively living the next day can you do better? So ultimately that's what that reference. And then from there everything starts repeating itself. But there you go. That's the meaning behind that song. Last year, 2019, was all about my existential crisis. This year, I'm already realizing it's about me overcoming the concept that life is halfway over and we won't always be here. And it's a matter of trying to make the best of life that you have with people while they're still in your life. And it's funny because whatever we think heaven is going to be is probably not what we think it's going to be. And I'm even coming to terms with that. Like even when Jesus says in the Bible that whoever you're married to here on planet Earth, you're not going to be married in heaven. Like I can't comprehend that. Okay, so there's mansions, but you won't be married to, like, I can't understand that. We have these earthly versions of what we think heaven's going to be, We really don't know. And that not knowing, nothing really freaks me out, but as far as it's out of my control anyway. But I'm thinking more about death and what happens after life now more than I ever have. And realizing that what happens after this life, even from the Christian perspective, it's not going to be as simple as the lyrics to Big House by Audio Adrenaline, which is, they're throwing football and stuff. You can look up the song, Big House, Audio Adrenaline. So there you go. That's the mess of this song. I couldn't have done it any better than this, because this is raw and this is real and this is what I'm experiencing in life. And I want my songs to matter and to mean something to me, and hopefully in that experience means something to other people. So thanks for watching this video. And of course, as the tradition goes, if you click on the description there, I'll put the link to the actual song, because man, you just lived 11 minutes of your life about a song you may not have even checked out yet. So check that out. Your comments are right here.